Hi, my name is Jordan, and this is a presentation that the Digi Club members made about Kodu. About Kodu Game Lab. Kodu Game Lab is a PC program that allows children to now make their own game. Thanks to Microsoft, we have a game that makes programming much easier. Here's some more info on Kodu.
It started as a way to help kids learn how to program. But also now, they can create their own games.
Yeah, this is my world. I wanted clips. So let's test that out.
My favorite part was creating the game, the story I made, and it was really fun to do.
We were able to integrate our writing with technology, and the kids just went on their own and they built all kinds of wonderful virtual worlds and they had a blast.
It's really cool though.
Thanks.
How long did it take you to design it?
A couple months.
So you want to be a game designer?
Maybe.
Yeah? Yeah, you're only 5th grade. You don't have to make up your mind. Your time to decide.
Okay, this very short tutorial is going to show you how you can use Kodu Game Lab to program a very simple game. Now you can do this either using a keyboard and mouse, or if you have one you can use an Xbox 360 controller. Now I'm going to use a keyboard and mouse to do this, as I'd probably be the most common configuration. So I'm at the home screen here, and you've got the option to either load a world which has been saved or resume where you were. So I'm going to click resume. Now I actually already have a blank world here up and running, but if you didn't, you move the mouse down to the home icon and you click new empty world. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is create a playing field that I can play on. So I'm going to go down to the paint, add or delete terrain, and I can change the size of my terrain using the arrow keys, and I'm going to just left click, and here is my playing field. Now you can see all of the options are up here in the left hand corner of the screen. So now if I go into the play mode, I can move around here. If I use the scroll wheel on my mouse, I can zoom in and out, but at the moment it's just a square. I press escape and I'm going back into game mode. So what I'm going to do is add my character. So click on add and program objects down the bottom. And I'm going to click on the board and I'm going to add a Kodu. There he is. Okay, so there's the colour now. If I want to change the colour of him, if I click on him, then I can use the arrow keys to change colours. So I'm going to have, let's have a red one there. Okay, so now if I go into play mode and click the play symbol, there he is, but actually he doesn't do anything. If I trying to use the controller or the keyboard, nothing happens. So I need to teach him to respond to those devices. So if I go to Add and Program Objects, and I go to the Kodu, now you can see here if I right click, that'll give me options. So if I right click on him, then I can go to Program, and that will give me the programming menu. So here it has this option of when something happens, do something. So I'm going to click on the when plus and press A to add something that happens. So when the keyboard is pressed, and then I go do and move. So when something is pressed on the keyboard, move. So just in case somebody's using a controller, I want them to be able to use a controller as well. So I'm going to click when. Okay, so when the gamepad is used, I have to say what happens on the gamepad. So when the left stick is used on the gamepad, do move. So now if I go to play, now if I use the arrow keys, press the forward key, goes forward. If I use the left and right keys, he turns. Okay, but that's quite a boring game, nothing's happening there. So I'm going to go and apple there. So now, if he moves around, nothing happens when he interacts with those apples. So we need to teach him what to do when he encounters an apple. So I'm going to go to the Add and Program Objects, right click on him, and Program. And now add settings for when he interacts with an apple. So, when
You look alone.
you bump,
We're recording video.
so when you bump into the object, into an apple, then firstly we want to score. So I go to the game option and score. Score how much? 10 points. So now, into here. Now look here. So I can see that I've got 10 points. But what happened was that the apple didn't actually disappear. So as I was hovering over it, it was just adding loads of points on there. But we also want the apple to disappear. So, into an apple, then do what? We're going to go to the combat option here and vanish. Vanish what? Vanish it. So when you bump into an apple, then vanish it. Okay, so we're getting there now. There you go, we scored 10 points. We can see those in the top right hand corner. And my apples are disappearing. Last one there. Apples, but I don't want it to happen when I see apple, but when I don't see apple. So if I go, when I see apple not, so when I see apples not, so when there are no apple present, do what? Game, win. So here's my game board. So 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. Brilliant! That's the end of my game, and I can see that I'm the winner. And now we will just go back to the home menu and press escape. I could go back in and save that further. What I could do is save this and call it my first game. Simple apple collection game. And that's been saved. Now I can go back, exit the main menu, And if I go load world and go my world, I can see that my first game is there.
In Kodu, you can change the world by adding in walls, hills, and water. I found it hard to make walls, so I'll tell you now. Right-click with the path tool, which is right there, and then click on Make Wall. And there should be a wall, and you could customize the wall as well. So, yeah. You can make paths in Kodu, and you can make things like cycles follow it to make racing games. So you go on the path tool, right-click, and select create path. Then you make them like walls. You could use Kodu on an Xbox, tablet, and computer. Some cool features. You could do stuff like making your character follow paths, jump, shoot, can be blips or missiles, which are projectiles in the game, scan, fly, etc., which I think is cool. Basically, objects and characters have different abilities. Some characters have unique abilities, unless you change its settings. In Kodu, we made games like Five Nights at Freddy's, racing games, first-person shooter games,
And much more! The end!
Hello. Okay, welcome back to the presentation. This is a little world called Fortress Defense 2. This is how we play the game. And basically, you have to defend it. Probably lost this round. Collect pearls.
So, what do you like best about Kodu?
What I like best about Kodu is that Kodu gives you the advantage to make games in a quicker time, so it's easier, and that's what I like about it.
And what do you like about Kodu?
I like Kodu is the fact that it's a program where kids, instead of playing video games, they get to make their own and program it and learn how to program.
What do you like about Kodu?
What I like about Kodu is the fact that you can make worlds, play them, and then you can also build anything you want in the game.